Elderly sex is on the rise here in Maryland, as you're about to hear from our correspondent, Caddy Amaro. Two sisters in the greater Annapolis area are showing elderly residents that sex doesn't have to stop when your cooch dries up and your husband dies. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Caddy, who has more on this story. Thanks, bitch. I tell you, this story just has my pussy wet. I'm about 6 seconds away from just going up my own skirt with a couple of fingers and maybe a thumb. And that's when I'm gonna quake with a thunderous orgasm.
Up and down, up and down, up and down. I would just ride that dick hog of his. We were role-playing as pirates, just swashbuckling pirates, and his cock was huge, and I was just tickling his balls as he came, and forcefully he would just pound my sister.
The sisters have been running an elderly brothel out of the home for almost 30 years now. They say it seems like just yesterday when they started.
When her husband passed, my sister was just so devastated. Many a night I would just hear him come home and grab her up, and the raucous sex that would occur from that point some nights made my husband Marty and I just start banging and doing it.
And how'd you like that?
It was awesome. Some nights there were just lines of coke all down the table, and Marty and her husband would just blow lines off of each other's hard cocks, and then they'd fuck us. Pregnant, yeast infection, menstruating. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. He'd part me like the Red Sea. Cum would be everywhere. On the ceiling, my face, my tits. And then he'd just take this and put it in my ass.
I've been a stripper cop for about 9 years now. The sisters are my best clients. They always tip well and make me some peach cobbler. Peach cobbler is my favorite. Stripper Cop explained to me that whereas he senses an overall joy as he's stripping for the sisters, he can also see that they miss their husbands very much. The love that happened in these walls, as this gentleman just experienced, may never be duplicated. Do you miss your husbands?
Very much. They were a couple of the thickest we ever met. I miss the anal the most. Sometimes I would switch husbands and we would just get cock battered.
Very odd story. I'm actually soaked right now. It's running all down my leg and soaking my skirt. Whack off to this story because I certainly know when I get home I'm going to appreciate my husband with a nice little blowjob where I'll let him rub it all around my mouth and then I'll be able to come wherever he wants, including my eyeballs.